Jo, damit hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Call of Cthulhu. Wir sind ja jetzt hier auf dieser schönen Insel angekommen. Obwohl schön eigentlich was anderes ist. Das erste, was wir machen sollten, ist erstmal saufen. Ah, da haben wir jemanden. Ne? Du siehst aus wie aus einem Gemälde, Alter. Hast du da einen Arsch um den Rücken, oder?
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Sie wird es sowieso herausfinden. Da glaube ich doch mal zu wissen, schon wer es ist, und zwar die Frau, die da hinten in der Ecke sitzt.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Über das Alkoholverbot haben wir schon geredet. Dark Water haben wir schon geredet.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The Chante. Inzugsmann 1847. Wundersamer Fang. Skylar kehrt in den Hafen zurück und rettet Darkwater von der Hungersnot. Wir haben die Hoffnung bereits aufgegeben. Die Besatzung von Skylar oder was von ihr übrig blieb, kehrte am Dienstagnachmittag in den Hafen von Darkwater zurück. Die Bewohner versammelten sich sofort am Hafen, um das letzte Walfängerschiff der Insel kommen zu heißen. Sie waren erstaunt beim Anblick des unglaublichen Fanges des Schiffes. Der Wal wird schon jetzt Wundersamer Fang genannt. Eine Größe, die selbst die mächtigen Zahnwale übertrifft. Bedeckte der Walfisch das gesamte Deck und hing teils darüber hinweg. Die überlebenden Seeleute erzählten eine furchterregende Geschichte von ihrem gefährlichen Fang, aber auch vom Fleisch, seiner unbeschreiblichen Qualität und seiner Nahrhaftigkeit. Es besteht keine Zweifel, dass der Wal mit gewaltigen Größe viele Bewohner von Darkwater ernähren kann und so die Hungersnot beendet, unter der die Insel die Längerin litt. Lagerhaus zu vermieten. Der Hex vermietet sein Lagerhaus ab Juni für die Fischerei in Werstadt oder Lager nutzen. Sie können die Lieblingszeitung erreichen und bla 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 bla. Westlichkeiten im gestrandeten Wal. Anlässlich der Rückkehr der mutigen Walfänger lädt die Schenke zum gestrandeten Wal zu einer außergewöhnlichen Gratisverkostung ein. Bringen Sie Familie und Freunde mit. Blablabla.
We'll do it again, you know? The girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
Not that again. She will get us in trouble.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
I had to wait.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Okay.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Okay.
My God.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Okay.
You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Die Semner regen sich wegen Neuigkeiten auf. Sind dem nicht gewachsen.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Okay, jetzt müssen wir noch mit dem Captain reden.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, die Abmachung ist klar. Halt deine Leute im Zaum. Du kannst es dir nicht leisten, uns zu provozieren. Du musst nicht antworten. Gib dem Überbringer einfach deine Zahlung. Cat. Okay.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
Okay. Das ist nur die Kackhütte von dem.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Ah, das ist das, so gesehen, dieses legendäre Schiff, was den fetten Wal da gefangen hat. Dieser zweite Band nähert Ethik und gewährt Raum für medizinisches Personal, okay. Ist das weitergegangen? Gute Sache. Jetzt gucken wir mal, ob wir hier nicht noch irgendwelche Sachen finden.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Auf diesem Foto posiert ein Mann, der Captain Fitzroy ähnlich sieht. Auf der Brücke eines Schiffs hat ein Holzbein. Hinten steht nichts drauf. Okay. Nichts drin.
What a macabre souvenir.
Makabres Andenken. Ja, das würde ich auch mal behaupten. So, okay, hier geht's nur einmal rum. Das ist ja eigentlich gar nichts, alles klar.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Nur wenige Daten erlesbar, 1890, 1907. Teil eines anderen Datums, der Rest des Dokuments wurde geschwärzt. Und würde jemand diese Information verbergen wollen? Ja, kann man nicht lange.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I know that Charles Hawkins was descended from a family of ship owners, and the island's fishing industry was hit badly.
Indeed, we specialized in whaling, but no whalers went out to sea after the miraculous catch of 1847.
So where did the Hawkins family get its money?
Well, from what Charles inherited, I presume. Although, these dates on the manifests could indicate that he had contracts of another kind.
With whom, I wonder? I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Ha! Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Was haben wir so gesehen? Weg ins Lagerhaus. D61 finden. Das heißt, wir können jetzt da lang und wir können auch hier lang. Also ich gehe jetzt erstmal hier lang.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Ist ja so ein Gruseldetektivspiel, deswegen werde ich hier auch alles Mögliche untersuchen, damit ich auch... Ah, kann man hier.
Damnation! I broke it. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Schade, schade, schade. Dachte, vielleicht könnte ich da irgendwelche extra Informationen herkriegen oder so.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Da haben wir doch schon mal was gefunden, womit wir das Okkulte ein kleines bisschen höher machen können. Da können wir nicht quatschen. Hier können wir nicht lang. So wie es aussieht, liegt hier nichts. Können wir mit denen hier quatschen. Mit denen
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
How can I be the one who defaced your saint? I've just come ashore, you idiots.
That's true. We're as drunk as lords.
You bet. You could have gone by without us seeing you.
Do not rile me. You can hardly stand up.
He's right. We're no match.
For the moment. We're annoyed. It's understandable.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Okay.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Wir müssen unseren Weg ans Lagerhaus finden. Mit den Idioten haben wir schon gelabert.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks. How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Wir haben den Hintereingang offen gelassen. Keiner bewacht ist. Nett.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Ja, wenn ich die jetzt direkt nach ihren Machenschaften frage, dann kann ich ja nicht sagen, dass die Chefin mich geschickt hat, weil wenn die Chefin mich geschickt hat, dann weiß ich ja, was die Leute machen, ne?
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Es gibt also einen Typen, den wir noch befragen können.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Die Frau da drin wird auf jeden Fall diese Cat sein.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
Alles klar. Wir sollen den Captain nochmal befragen. Tun wir das doch direkt. Das heißt, hier in der Gegend haben wir eigentlich schon so gut wie alle Leute befragt und abgeklappert.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
Okay, man kann durch die Kanalisation da rein oder man nimmt den Hintereingang. Und ich muss sagen, welcher Weg davon am schnellsten und am besten geht, finden wir dann einfach mal beim nächsten Mal heraus. Ich hoffe mal, es hat euch gefallen. Wenn ja, würde ich mich über einen Daumen nach oben freuen. Wenn ihr noch nicht abonniert habt, dann tut das. Und wenn ihr Bock drauf habt, ja, dann sieht man sich beim nächsten Mal wieder, ne? Haut rein.